Greetings and salutations. Today I need some wood, and since I drove around couldn't find any, I have this. And since this, as you can tell, I tried sawing into it, and it is way bigger than my chainsaw blade. You can tell I had some fun trying to cut that up. I've decided to split it. And I will be videotaping my progress to show you guys what I learned, what I have learned in the past, and try to give you guys some tips. Anyways, I hope you enjoy. Okay, I rolled the log over. Now the way I like to do it is I like to use the hatchet and hit on the edge and get a cut started. And after I get the cut started, what I'm going to do is use my wood wedge and my 4-pound sludge, which is right over here. Got to lay it out. My 4-pound sludge, about 3 to 5 times to set it in there. Then I'll pull out the 10-pounder, which is right over here. 10-pound sledgehammer to finish driving it all the way up. If you noticed on this, I've from just my personal experience, I set the edge a lot, ground off a lot of material to get a more tapered edge. This is the way it came from Lowe's. I just bought the cheap $10 ones from Lowe's. That blunt edge doesn't always get in good. I've had quite a few times where I keep bouncing back out because it wouldn't grip in the wood. That's why I ground this one off, so I can use this to start the split, and it bites in there pretty good. And then I can follow up with this one, which I'll show you in a few minutes. Okay, I'm no expert at this, but we'll give it a shot. This log has been on the ground for a while, so it's going to probably have a lot of moisture, half rotting. So anyways, all I did was pull out the hatchet, set that in there, hit it a few good times with the 4-pound sludge. Now I'm getting ready to drive it home with the 10-pounder. Okay, got the first wedge drilled in there. Notice there's a crack forming. This is what you want. Now from my experience, what you want to do is you can put this, put this in there like this. Drive that one home. Why you want to do up here too far? Because I've had in the past where I've driven the wood wedge in, and it got in between some wood fibers, so I had wood fibers going around these wood wedges, and it didn't want to split right. So that's why I'm just going just a little bit, and we'll keep working our way up until we get this thing split. Okay, after I drove the second wood wedge in, the first one fell out because, as you can tell, the split is getting bigger. What you want to do is take the first one, go back up here, just like that. Now you pound it in, and there we go. Feel more comfortable with it there. And as you can tell, the split is almost the entire way down the log. Now if this hadn't been rotten and hollow, see, it's hollow, it's just splitting right there. If it hadn't been, it'd be a lot harder to try to get it to split in half because you have all the other tree material there, and you have to do some other stuff, what I've seen. But for right now, this looks like it's going good, so we'll continue at it. I'm really surprised by how easy this thing split. I was expecting all kinds of problems, to be honest with you. That's why I chose this one. Well, we got that big boy right there I've been cutting off for years. I'm about to try to do a video on that later on. Have to see how that's going to be a pain beyond belief. But anyways, this is the one we're doing today. Alright, now it's pretty much split except for those little fibers holding it on. This is where the hatchet also comes in handy. Let's see if I can do this left. Alright. And it should be split. Alright, now we're going to turn it over on its side and do it again. Alright, problem. Whenever I was driving in, it went a little crooked on me and did that. One of the reasons why I like driving on the edge is I could go over here, pick up the 4-pound sludge, and just start tapping on the head. I didn't hammer it all the way in. I'll just work it out. Start over and do it all over again. Well, hopefully not do it all over again, but start over and hopefully do it right this time. Okay, on my last hit to drive it home, it popped out. But as you can see, there's a crack started. So I'm going to just work my way up the crack like I did before and finish splitting this bad boy up. Okay, you see how it kind of got some material in here, right here. I started right here. You see where the wedge fell out. But this started cracking too, so I'll put the wedge in here. And after I pounded it all the way in, luckily it's all nice and rotted, it split nice and easy. So now I'm going to work on this one over here and try to split it at least once, maybe twice. And I could haul this up to where I need to cut it, or bring a chainsaw down here and cut it up into the size I want and go from there. Yep, this side is super rotted, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to break it up as best I can and use it for firewood, cooking wood, whatever I need. I like to add a couple of things. First of all, when you have a log, what you could do is take the chainsaw and run all the way down the log, making about a 2 to 4 inch cut in it, and that will help it split better. And secondly, see how it split? If you notice, the bark is covering up the split. So sometimes you have to pull back the bark, see how the split's going. So every once in a while you have to kind of pull back the bark and check the split out and go from there. Okay, now that you got your log all split up into long sections, what you can do is now use your chainsaw to cut it up into the desired lengths you want. Because now it's to the right diameter where you can use the chainsaw to cut it up, whereas before you couldn't. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully this is educational for somebody. Have a good one, and bye bye.